Age of Empires IV is releasing soon, and one of the hottest topic at the moment is if you should go for Age of Empires 3D or Age of Empires 4. Hey lads, this is Jaegerchere, and today I'm gonna express my honest feeling and feedback about Age of Empires 4 and tell you the pros and the cons of Age of Empires 4 compared to Age of Empires 3D. Because many people have asked me about this video because simply they just want to know if they should buy Age of Empires 4 or not, or maybe they don't even have Age of Empires 3 and still considering which game they should buy. So I'm not sure if you know, the price of Age of Empires 4 is quite expensive, and the reason for that is I feel is because Microsoft just want to encourage people to buy the Xbox Pass. So when you buy that, you will have access to multiple games, and it's like a subscription service that you will have access to different games when you buy it. So Age of Empires 4 and Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, both of these games are included inside Xbox Pass. I'm not gonna advertise the Xbox Pass. I just wanted to share my feeling and my thoughts that why the game is this expensive at the release. So to be honest, I'm really disappointed on Age of Empires 4 because I was expecting more from the game, but then it is what it is. I cannot change anything. And I was lucky enough to play both closed beta and the technical stress test. As you can see, the gameplay footage that you see at the background, it is the technical stress test, and I'm pretty sure I've uploaded this gameplay inside my YouTube channel. So if you want to see the full gameplay footage, you can just check it inside my channel. But anyways, so firstly, let me clear this out for you guys. So Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition and Age of Empires 4 are just two different games with two different mechanics. So if you have seen the gameplay videos of me or anyone who played the Age of Empires 4, either inside the streams or inside the videos that you have watched, so the game is just more like Age of Empires 2. I'm not sure if you have played Age of Empires 2 or not, but the game is just looking more toward Age of Empires 4. And you might think why the developers after this long made the new game just like their second benchmark, which was Age of Empires 2. And it's simply because Age of Empires 2 community is much larger than Age of Empires 3 or even Age of Empires 1 or Age of Methodology community. Now here comes another why, and the answer is because at the release of Age of Empires 2, which was at 1999, the game was just amazing and so fun to play, and it was a complete success at that time. And 8 years later, at 2007, they released Age of Empires 3, and at the launch the game wasn't successful because mainly the game mechanics were completely different, and the build limit and different unit counter system inside the game compared to Age of Empires 2 just made the people to think that the game is not really good for them. You know, like everyone was just adopted to Age of Empires 2 and they thought like Age of Empires 3 is just going to be more or less the same. But then they released Age of Empires 3, which is I mean, even up to now the game mechanics of Age of Empires 3 is just really amazing. It's just much more fun with many more gameplay mechanics, which I will explain later. But then since everyone was just so adopted to what they already had, so I feel people didn't want to go out of their comfort zone, so they just said, okay, AOE II is just much better. And also the other thing that's I feel like kind of made Age of Empires 2 a benchmark was the monks or the Vololos. So they made it was that mechanic, so you could convert the enemy units to your unit. And inside Age of Empires 3, that mechanic was just not there. So I feel these are like bunch of reasons that the people didn't like Age of Empires 3 at the release of the game. But then still, the Age of Empires 3 graphics was just amazing, and also it brought like many different features, which I will explain about them later. But then still, after few years, they released the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, and again, the game was just a complete success because the look of the game was improved, like the graphic settings, all of these stuffs were improved. It was just much better than the original game, so many people just bought it, and it was just a complete success, even though it had like lags, issues, bugs, and all this stuff. But still, it was really amazing. And then after like I think it was like 3 years, they released Age of Empires 3 DE, and that could be the moment for the developers to have the Age of Empires 3 like jump up. But then it failed just because the game performance and also the bugs were just too much for the release. I mean, I would say it was more like a beta compared to an original game, because it had so many bugs, so many issues, lack of game performance, and you had so much lag during the games, especially in long-term games and treaties and all this stuff. So at the start of Age of Empires 3 DE, there were so many people moving on to Age of Empires 3, but then since, as I've explained, the start was really bad, they just said, okay, whatever, we are not gonna play this game with all these bugs. So even though up to now they have done many optimization in terms of performance, and also they have resolved so many bugs, but still there's so many things that can be improved inside Age of Empires 3 DE, and that was all about it. So again, the definitive edition of Age of Empires 3 also failed, so that made the developers to just focus on Age of Empires 2 to make the looking and also the mechanics of Age of Empires 4 to look like Age of Empires 2. So they have done that, and they just borrowed some mechanics from Age of Empires 3, which are like the wonders and also like the special text that you can take, and they just took that and added to Age of Empires 4. So as you can see, the gameplay, the gathering resources and all this stuff, it just look like Age of Empires 2. So now I'm gonna tell you the advantages of Age of Empires 4 over Age of Empires 3. And the first thing that I can say is the graphic. As you can see, like the graphic of the game is just really amazing. I mean, this is, I think it was at the lowest setting because I just wanted to have a super smooth game without any lag. So I just had everything reduced to minimum, but still I don't think I had any gameplay footage with maximum setting, but on maximum setting the game look really nice. The buildings and all this stuff, they look really amazing. Not for the units, to be honest. I will explain about the units later. And also the menu of the game, it looks really nice and modern. And also the UI, I feel it's also rather modern compared to Age of Empires 3, but still I prefer the UI of Age of Empires 3 because it's just more clear and easier to access, I feel. Like I'm not sure if you guys are adapted to hotkeys or use hotkeys in strategy games, but if you are, then Age of Empires 4, in terms of hotkey, it just needs so much stuff to add. But yeah, I mean, but the look of the general look of the UI, it looks nice, to be honest. And the other thing that I love about Age of Empires 4 is the music. Like the menu music, the game music, I mean the music that you get during the gameplays, they're just really amazing. Like, I cannot even complain about it. The music are really nice. I mean, to be fair, the music that they used in Age of Empires 3 is also nice, but it's just old, to be honest. But the music that they used in Age of Empires 4, like especially the music inside the main menu, is just really amazing. And the sounds of Age of Empires 4, like the sound that you get inside the battles, like for me, I prefer the sound system just to be like Age of Empires 3. But in Age of Empires 4, I don't know, maybe like some people like it that way, but it's like you're inside the battlefield, so everyone is like shouting, the voice is echoing, so it's like that. I mean, you can watch the gameplays and then you will see the how the sound look like. And also the other thing that I like to talk about are the special units and overall this civilization that they have decided to add for the time being inside the game. They are really interesting. And also the special there are some special techs. I'm not sure if tech is the right word, but special ability, I would say. So for the archers, like the stock archers, the initial archers, you can use them to build catapults, you can use them to build ramps, so that gives you some additional mechanics inside the game, so you can just go for different strategies with that. But still, I don't think it's just really, I mean, it's not even as close as the variety of strategies that you can use in Age of Empires 3, because Age of Empires 3 just have so many different mechanics which are really amazing to use. But still, it is what it is. And now I'm going to move on to the disadvantages of Age of Empires 4, or the, how I can say is advantages of Age of Empires 3 over Age of Empires 4. So firstly, what I can tell about the pros of Age of Empires 3 over Age of Empires 4, firstly is the scouting. Like, I'm not sure if scouting is the right word, but like you see, like these shadows, I mean, look at it, it just looks so old. It's just the same looking as the game that they used in 1999, like Age of Empires 2. Like, why would you use an old mechanic for the scouting part? I mean, I'm pretty sure all of the strategy games, they use a smooth gameplay I mean, smooth shadowing system. I'm not sure if shadowing is the right word, but I don't know. Maybe scouting is the right word. But I mean, like you see inside this gameplay footage that you can see which is for Age of Empires 3. The scouting, it just looks so much better and much more smoother. So, but then I don't know why they didn't use the scouting system that was used in Age of Empires 3, because it looked much better. I mean, for me at least, it looks much better. There is no way I preferred this over the one that Age of Empires 3 have. And the other thing that gives Age of Empires 3 a huge advantage over Age of Empires 4 is the unit hitbox. Like, I'm not sure if you notice inside this gameplay, and I'm not sure if they will fix it later, but for now the unit hitbox, like, it's really hard to kite in Age of Empires 4, because like when you want to click on the unit that you want to kite and kill, it's just really hard. Mostly you will just right click into the enemy. So that is another thing that Age of Empires 3 is just... the hitbox are pretty clear on Age of Empires 3. And also some other thing that I can mention is the variety of units and civilizations. So obviously, I mean, Age of Empires 3 had the Asian dynasties, and also when the DE was released, they have added Sweden and Inca, and then also they released the African expansion, which was pretty amazing. They had a bunch of different age of mechanics and overall different mechanics, and also they released United States. So it's just so much more content for Age of Empires 3. I don't know, for me, I love new contents, and I love more contents inside the game. Like for Age of Empires 4, for the time being, they just have 8 different civilizations. And I mean, for sure you can just choose different age ups, but like the carding system that Age of Empires 3 have is just so amazing. Like, of course you have these age up mechanics on Age of Empires 3 as well, which gives you different options, which is like you can just change your strategy based on the age up mechanics. But still, you have those carding system, which gives, like, I mean, basically what I can say is with different decks of cards, you can have many different strategies. And that makes Age of Empires 3 like super amazing. And the other thing that I love about Age of Empires 3, and which I didn't see in Age of Empires 4, is the pace of the game. So by the pace of the game, I mean the pace of the fights. So as you can see, from each building, I can just train one unit. So I mean, for the villagers, of course, even in Age of Empires 3 is one villager at a time, but for units and artillery, it's just, I mean, it makes sense to have one at a time, but then it just makes the game like super slow. So it was much better if you had multiple training option. But still, I mean, as I've mentioned earlier, they just followed the Age of Empires 2 mechanic. So in Age of Empires 2 also, you can just train one unit at a building. And then the other thing that I disliked about Age of Empires 4 was the artillery mechanic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the artilleries in Age of Empires 3 or not, but the artillery mechanics in Age of Empires 3 is just a unique mechanic that's just really hard. I mean, it's really interesting and also hard to master. But I don't know. I feel inside Age of Empires 4, based on the few games that I had, like during a long live stream that I had, and also like couple games that I had, the artillery feels just super strong in Age of Empires 4. I had like it was one game I had few cannons, and then I had, I think, 6 cannons, and with those 6 cannons I killed all artilleries, I killed infantry, I killed cavalry, I killed buildings. Basically I destroyed everything. So I think that can be adjusted, but still the artillery feeling that you have in Age of Empires 3 is just much more amazing than the feeling inside Age of Empires 4. And also like the unit counter system that works in Age of Empires 3, it just feels better to me. I mean, of course, every game has OP units and all this stuff, but still, there are some features and aspects that is like really hard and really long to explain, which I'm not going to explain about them. But still, I feel they could have done those in Age of Empires 4 as well, because it was really amazing in Age of Empires 3, but they didn't do it anyways. So the the other thing that I didn't really like about Age of Empires 4, and it was like one of the main reason I was disappointed, are the look of the units. I don't know, even if you put on high quality, the units just look like anime, It's just, it doesn't, it's just really annoying to me, because it feels like you're playing a mobile game on your computer. So, but then unlike Age of Empires 3, like especially the changes that they did in Age of Empires 3 DE, like for example this unit, like look how amazing are the units, like look how detailed they look like. And sadly I don't have any close look of the units in Age of Empires 4, but I've seen them, and I'm pretty sure if you search it you can just find search it inside the gameplays of the streamers. Basically, I didn't want to just copy and paste the pictures of the gameplays because of the copyright issues, but then I'm pretty sure you can just find it easily. So yeah, the looking of the units inside Age of Empires 3, it just feels much better to me. And also the other thing which I was really concerned, like this is a game in 2021 and the game physics, they don't even make sense. Like look at this. Okay, look at this footage. Okay, so this is how artillery look like in Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition at the moment. So when you kill the units, this is what happens to them, and this is what happens when you kill some units with artillery in Age of Empires 4. I mean, like, what is it? It just doesn't look right to me. I don't know. But still, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not sure if they will change it or not. So the other thing that I can mention is the long-term resources, or in other words, like treaty games. Well, the gameplay, as I've mentioned, in Age of Empires 4 is just slow-paced compared to Age of Empires 3. So it's not like, I mean, and also there are not many options to get an infinite source of coin, or infinite source of wood, or infinite source of stone. So the only infinite source that you can have is food, and also you can use the traders to just have some coins. I'm not sure if there are other mechanics inside the game that you can gather coin or even other resources, but as far as I know, these are the current mechanics, except for like China, which you have the imperial officials, if I'm not mistaken, so they can just gather the coin from the nearby buildings. But still, I mean, it's not much. They almost gather like really slow. So that is for that as well. So basically, when there is no long-term resources, that means there is no treaty game mode as well, because like with the current game mechanics, I don't think they will implement a treaty game mode, or even if they do, it won't look like the treaty gameplay that we have at the moment inside Age of Empires 3 DE. So that is for that as well, which again, I am really disappointed in that, because I love 3D gameplays. It's just really fun for me. And the other thing that I can mention are I mean, I've explained about this, I mean, in terms of content, but for now, inside Age of Empires 3, there are obviously more civilizations compared to Age of Empires 4. But even though they have said that they will add more civilization to Age of Empires 4, but obviously Age of Empires 3 gonna get more content as well at the same time, because for now they have already confirmed that a few game modes, I think two new game modes is coming to Age of Empires 3, and also a new civilization is also coming. That means they are not living out Age of Empires 3, they are just constantly adding content to it. Even though like we get the patch monthly, but still they're adding content to the game monthly as well. Also, they are changing the UI, they're adding new like camera features, so you can have like a large zoom inside the game. So it's not like they're just completely abandoning Age of Empires 3, which I'm really happy about it. So that means the game will just continuously going up. So that is another aspect which I'm really happy about Age of Empires 3. So obviously more content is always welcome. So I've said it in the beginning of the video as well. So for me, overall, Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition is much better option, and this is just not me. I mean, for many of the players that I know, that I play with them, I mean my friends, they also have the same opinion after they played the technical stress test or the beta test. So they played both of the games and they have the same opinion as me. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, for the time being, for me and most of my friends, like I can say 90% of my friends, it's just a better option for us. So if you are maybe like, if you're new to Age of Empires 3, you might have, I mean, you might be confused, because there are like many different mechanics. There are like the carding system, there are the artillery mechanics, the units. You must, of course, you must know all the units. Like so there is more variety compared to Age of Empires 4 for the time being. But still, I'm pretty sure they will add more content to Age of Empires 4 as well. But for the time being, Age of Empires 3 is just a much better option. And hopefully, I just hope they fix all the performance issues of Age of Empires 3 as well, so everything will be solved as well. And to be fair, Age of Empires 3 DE has improved so much compared to last year. I mean, now it's almost a year anniversary to Age of Empires 3 DE, and I can say I've played and spent a lot of hours in Age of Empires 3 DE, and I can tell you, if you are new to the game, you will enjoy your time. It's just really amazing once you get used to it and you adapt to it. It's just really fun, trust me. Like all the mechanics, all the strategies that you can have, it just gives you so much hype and so much interest to you. So for the time being, also, I'm not sure if I want to buy Age of Empires 4 yet. Maybe I'll just buy it to play the campaign because I love the campaigns. But if you have also any comment or any thought about this matter, just feel free to share it with me. Like, just feel free to say it. And obviously, you're welcome to share your thoughts, and I would be really glad to know your thoughts and comments about the comparison between Age of Empires 3 and Age of Empires 4 as well. So if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and spam the likes on the previous, this and future videos. Love you all. Stay safe, have fun, and peace until the next video.